Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Barry Norman on behalf of Option Rally, and welcome to our class on how to use our new trend forecasting widget. Our widget, or our tool, is located on the right-hand side of your trading floor. Now, the thing about this widget is lots of traders, especially new traders, hear about price action, chart patterns, and how these help them profit by predicting the future direction of an underlying asset. But it's mind-boggling having to track down and chart and trace all these assets and absorb all of this information at one time. So our new trend forecasting tool, which is a joint venture between ITA, Investor Trading Academy, and Autochartist, does all this, is constantly scanning the markets in multiple time frames and keeping you up to date with the latest patterns and movement in the market, letting you know that something is happening with a particular asset. And trend forecasting or trending is one of the most popular and oldest ways of predicting price movement in the marketplace. The story about trends is all pictures. You just see charts and can identify patterns. Now, it's a little bit difficult at first. You have to figure out and coordinate this and how to use it properly. But once you do, it's a phenomenally great tool. And like I said, the widget is situated right on our platform on the right-hand side of your trading floor. So as you can see in the screenshot, this is what the widget looks like. So I'm going to take you over to the live floor, and we're going to go look at this in live real-time action. So hold on a minute. Let me bring up the platform in front of you, and we'll be looking at the widget on my trading floor. Okay, now, a little bit of a disclaimer here. If you're having a problem viewing this widget, it is turned on for all of our traders at currently. If you're not seeing it on the right-hand side of your trading platform, it is most likely due to your monitor. If you're using a small size laptop, you won't be able to see it because our platform takes up most of your screen. If you're using an old computer monitor, you might not be able to see it. Or you can check the resolution settings on your computer monitor, especially if you're using one of the older monitors. If you're using new current stuff, you should have no problems. But again, if you're using a very small monitor, if you have a very small laptop, you might have a problem viewing it because it's located on the right-hand side of the platform. So what we're looking at currently is the live trading floor, and this is the widget we're talking about. Okay, and it's constantly moving. It's constantly letting you know what's going on in the marketplace. Okay, as you can see right now, it tracks currencies, commodities, indices, and stocks, just like you're trading on our platform. The first column gives you the suggested direction that the asset might move. The next gives you the asset that it's talking about. In this case, the most recent signal is on the pound. It tells you what the chart pattern is or what the action is on the chart that is causing this, and it also tells you exactly when this occurred. So we can see that the action in the pound, or the trend forecasting for the pound, took place, let me just clean this up here for you, took place just 1 minute ago. It's on a 1 minute forecast, and I'll show you how we set those in a minute. And the action was a rebound off of a support line. Now, you can also click on that particular line, and it will open up a chart to show you exactly what's happening on the chart so you can see it. You can see the little arrows drawn on the chart. If you close in your view, they're hand drawn in onto what's being affected. You can see what the next price is, where the support and resistance are, and the current price, and you can see the pattern that is expected to follow at this moment. Now, you can be inundated with data. Okay, more than you could possibly need. So the nice thing about our trend forecasting widget is you can personalize it. You go over here to the little triple bar section, and what we do is first we decide what patterns we want to look at. Okay, we want to keep track of rebounds, approaches, and breakouts, and we'll explain to you what these are in a few more minutes. But you don't need all of these time intervals. For binary options, you should always keep the 15-minute interval available and the 5, but unless you're trading 60-second trading, you don't need the 1 or 2 minute intervals. Then the assets that you can choose. You can choose everything, or if you look here, I've got selected currencies, and I've selected the primary currencies that I like to trade on the platform. You can then pick the commodities you want to trade, and either take all, or you can turn off the all button and just take copper. Like right now, you're watching copper, say gold and crude oil, and then you can pick stocks and indices, and then just simply click on the filter button, and it's going to give you all the assets that fit your filters. But again, that's a lot of stuff. So if we just go over here to the currency line, click on currency, it's going to bring us all the most recent currency movements. Now, as you can see, all the way down here at the bottom, you have the signal on the New Zealand dollar that was 9 hours ago. It's not important to you now. Okay, but it's constantly putting, as these come available, it's constantly putting them out. So you always have to be watching when the signal was released, because you don't want to trade an old forecast. You don't want to trade an old trend. Okay, so you're watching these. Then we can click on commodities. We can see a copper rebounded just 18 minutes ago. It's a little bit too late to trade that unless you're trading in long-term trading. We can see crude oil had a rebound, but it was a day ago. Okay. And we can take the indices and the stocks. So let's go back over to currencies. And if you want more action, you just simply click on and you can take more time frames. Take the 2 minute and 1 minute if you want more data coming out to you. And we can see just 2 minutes ago, we got the Australian dollar. It was a breakout. That means it broke out from a pattern between a support and resistance line. But again, I'll show you how to get all that in a minute. Okay. But this is the tool. Okay, so once we have it, once we have set it up for what we want to see or do, we need to get some more information. If you go over here to the help button, okay. I've got a gentleman here who says, I cannot see it on my PC. I've already explained, if you don't see it on your PC, it's because you need to check your settings or your screens. If you're not seeing my picture on your screen, you need to reboot your or refresh your screen. Okay. Now, if you click under the help button, we have a list of videos that you can watch, okay, and they're available to help you understand how to trade better. First, we have our introduction video, and it's done by us in Autochartist, and it will give you a general explanation like we have tonight. Then we have the platform walkthrough, which we're doing tonight, and then is filtering your opportunities, learning how to properly filter what you want to see, and then a detailed explanation and examples of what approach, rebound, and breakout patterns are. Okay, so you can always find this information under the help section. If you go up here to the little question mark and click on that, it's going to take you over to our detailed how-to guide that you can download as a PDF. You can download a study or bring it up as much as you want, and it's going to explain all of this to you in great detail. It's also going to show you what you see on these charts and explain to you in more detail what breakouts are and what these different chart patterns that you might be looking at will be and how to understand them and how to react to them. Okay, so we have lots of information available to you on the platform, okay, about this tool and how to use this tool. So remember, you click on the currency you want to see, you'll open up the line, you can open up the individual charts, see all the support and resistance lines, see the arrows drawn on there to where the asset might be moving, and also the prediction of where it's going to go and how high or low it should go to during the reaction. Now, let's talk a little bit about what these patterns are. Okay. Now, let me take you back over to the PowerPoint, and we'll explain this to you in a little bit more detail. So hold on, let me bring up my PowerPoint. Okay. So you know now where the tool is. You now know how to personalize it or customize it, and you know how to use it. Okay. So remember, you have your user's manual up top here. You have your settings button over here. Okay. Now, please, I will explain this to you again, okay? If you do not see the widget on your platform, there are several reasons, and if it's basically nothing I can do to really assist you. If you're using a small laptop with a 13-inch screen or less, you probably will not see it. It's there, but it's pushed off your screen because it's on the right-hand side of our trading platform. If you're using an old monitor, you may not be able to see it, especially a smaller, older monitor, or you might want to check your screen resolutions. Okay. So this is, okay, so please be aware of this. Okay, now, you see when you click on the help button, it will open up a manual and explain all this to you again in detail, so you don't have to remember everything I'm telling you. Okay. I do not know, and I'll explain to you again, I do not know the resolution size. I don't know anything about IT. I cannot help you with your personal computer. You can try our tech control under our 24/7 tech control, but I can't help you. So any of you that are writing in, what's the resolution? What do I do? How do I make this work? I can't tell you because everybody's computer system set up and everything is completely different, and I have no IT background. Okay. Now, the Autochartist window will indicate the time frame that the signal is generated as well as the pattern type. This window will also let you know how long ago the particular signal was generated. Pattern types include approach, bounce, breakout. Okay, so let's explain this. In the technical analysis window, you can select show all symbols, which we did by clicking on the chart icon. Now, you have the currency, the pattern, and the time. Then you have the chart that opens up and shows you in detail what has been happening on the chart and shows you the arrow drawn on onto where this asset should go and the support or resistance line where it should move to. Okay. Now, trend following traders are trying to buy the strength of the market or while selling its weakness. Don't try to be a counter trend. Lots of people try to trade against these. Okay. Don't try to trade the opposite direction. Now, what we have is technical analysis is made up of or created by patterns that predict market movement by analyzing historical patterns and seeing these repeat with time. These trend patterns that repeat, like the triangle, the wedge, the head and shoulders, the channel trading, all fit three basic sections. There's the rebound, the approach, and the breakout. Okay. So what happens is when a triangle, like you see here, is forming, there's a certain form in which it will form this triangle, and then it will break out of that triangle, either break out higher or lower. When that happens, it gives you a signal so you can see how it is here. When we have a wedge, it's the same thing. When the market reacts, what happens is the traders start reacting to particular prices and create a reaction at a particular price. So say here in the head and shoulders, when we develop or when the pattern of the head and shoulders completes, here we have the head, the shoulders, and now it broke out. See, and this becomes a breakout and it gives you a signal because now something has happened with the asset. Here we have the channel. When it's got a fully defined trend channel and the price is staying within this trend channel and it breaks out of that trend channel, it gives you a breakout signal. Okay, so these are some of the patterns that it fits into those. Then you have triangles. You have symmetrical triangle, ascending triangles, and descending triangles. You don't have to recognize the patterns. Our trend forecasting system is scanning multiple assets. And somebody asked me a minute ago, is this like investing.com? Investing.com is a news media site. They're just feeding in news. There is nothing on it. They're just giving you buy and sell based on numeric values of RSI or stochastics. It's not scanning the markets, okay? This is scanning the markets, and it's not giving you buy and sell signals. There's nothing here that's told you to buy or sell anything. It's giving you critical data. It's telling you a pattern happened. In this trend pattern, what happened? and what price it reacted to. Okay. The rest is for you to make the decision as to what you want to do. Okay. When you go to FX Empire, you go to Forex, their little buy sell things are just, they take 5 indicators and oscillators, and when RSI, stochastics, MACD say buy, come out in those New American, they tell you it's a buy. That's all it is. They're not doing any type of scanning the markets or global analysis. Okay. This is, like I said, Autochartist is one of the most world-renowned technical indicators, one of the most renowned technical analysis providers. Okay. What we're giving you here through this tool is this technical analysis information, so you don't have to sit here all day and scan the markets and do the charts and put these lines on charts, because you just don't have the ability to track that many assets. So all we're doing is sharing with you the information when a certain action or reaction happens in the marketplace. Okay. So there's all kinds, these are all standard. I mean, there is nothing that Option Rally or the Autochartist has, hocus pocus come up with stuff that doesn't happen. All of these patterns are world-renowned trading patterns that back in the old days when I used to do charting by hand, this is what we were looking for. Today, we have computers that look for this stuff, and it scans all of these assets continually, looking for a huge range of patterns that you couldn't look for independently yourself. And as I said, when one of these patterns presents itself and the asset reacts in that pattern, it notifies you. Okay. And this is what the tool does. So we also have ascending triangles, descending triangles. Then we have channels and rectangles. So when a price is trading in a rectangle, and now these are very involved. This is not something you just see bouncing. There are firm sets of rules to what every trend and what every one of these look like. And if you want to attend our class, The Trend is Your Friend, we will explain all of these in great detail. But they are standard in the marketplace. Okay. And each one of these has a set of rules, but when it fulfills these set of rules and has this action, then we share that. So here's trends and breakouts. So here we have the strong initial action, and we have it trading in this trend, and then it broke out. We notify you when that breakout happened. Did you have to draw these lines? No. Here we also have a weak initial trend where it's got a slight trend, but then it breaks through there. We also have patterns that are breaking out, strong breakouts. See, when you have a trend line and the asset is moving along this trend, and all of a sudden it breaks out like it does here in the circle, we notify you that, because that tells you that that asset, not that asset, because it's not assets, it's the people in the marketplace, the buyers and sellers are doing something. Okay. So, but there's things like double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, triple bottoms, rounded tops, and rounded. All of these have specific market interpretations, and these are based on historic actions and reactions of these patterns. Okay. And if you care to come to our class, To Trend is Your Friend, or you want to read about these in the internet, just put these in and do searches for them. Use Investopedia, come to ITA, and there are full, long descriptions of each one of these trend patterns. And so all that our tool is doing for you is putting it together in one easy-to-use manner, located right on the trading platform, so that you can make easy trading decisions. So let's go back over to the platform and take a look at this again, and I'll run you through the steps once again so that we're all familiar with them. Okay. If you don't see it on the platform, enjoy it on my screen. You should be seeing my screen right now. So the first thing we want to do is we want to come over here to the triple line button and set what we want to see. We can set the type of patterns we want to see, the intervals, and the trading, and pick the assets we want to watch. Okay, once we've done that, we click on the filter button and it will start filtering. So if we just want to see the commodities we selected, we see them under commodities. We want to see all, just click under all, or just the currencies. If you see the pattern happen and you see it pop up here, okay, a new trend is happening, a new forecast is happening, you can click on it and open up and see the chart in detail to get more information. And we are also provide you in the first column a directional signal where it's going to move. So you have the left-hand column. Now, some places, some regions do not allow us to give you the directional signal. So if you don't see the left-hand column that has the up and down arrows, it's because your local regulations do not allow us to give this to you. So they've been removed from the platform because Option Rally is a regulated binary option provider. So we follow every rule and every requirement of each individual country, zone, regulatory agency. But the left-hand side gives you the direction that that asset should be moving at the time of the signal. And it's very important to keep an eye on how long ago this signal or this action happened. Okay. And then on the right-hand side, you see the action happening. You have your help button to get. So what you should be doing is tonight going to the help button and watching these videos. They will explain it in detail, with give you more information. So this basically is how the asset works. So let's go see if something's a pop-up. We just had eBay pop up. Let's see if eBay is available to be traded tonight on the platform. So let's go to stocks. Let's see if eBay is available. Okay. And what it's telling us a minute ago, it had a rebound off of this low pattern. So it's advising you to trade eBay up. So we'll take a call, an up trade, and we've entered that trade now. Of course, that next closes at 19:30, which is in 11 minutes from now. Okay, so this is what you do. You do not want to watch these when they're late signals. You just come on your platform. Don't go down here and look at something down here and say, "Oh, I'm going to go make that trade." As a trend forecast that happened an hour ago is out of date. So this is how you use the tool that's on the platform. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this to you guys one more time. I've got 197 people in class, and I have 4 or 5 people asking the same exact thing. If you don't see it on your platform, okay, it's because either your resolution settings are incorrect, are not working, so go change your resolution. If you're using an older monitor, or a small monitor, you might have a problem seeing it. Or if you're using a laptop that's a 13-inch screen and smaller, you might have a difficult time seeing it. It's really based on the hardware you are using. Okay, and then Kimberly, I will answer you again as I told everybody before. I don't know the particulars. I'm not an IT guy. It's really based on, this tool sits on the right-hand side of the trading floor. Okay, so the most I can tell you is you can, if you go up here to our support 24/7, you can get some help directly from our support team, or you can use our chat now, our live chat button. But again, in the live chat, they're not going to be able to help you because, again, it's all the particulars of your own system. Okay. So hopefully you'll get it. If you're having a problem, contact your account manager. They might be able to help you, but support 24/7 will be able to help you. But again, it's going to be a resolution screen. So try, if you're using an older monitor or using a small laptop, the small laptops, I don't even know if there's anything we can do to help you. If you're using a older monitor or not seeing it on your screen, okay. So this is the most that I can do to help you if you're not seeing the widget on your platform, because they're just turned on for everybody. So like I said, it's an individual thing. And okay, John, because I moved from stocks to currencies, I'm now under the currency highlight. So I'm not under the stock highlight any longer. Okay, guys. These are recognized. These are in real time. When they are coming out, this is the forecast, the trend reaction has happened at that moment. These are being fed to you in live, real-time data. So you're not getting something that's old and out of date. You're getting it fed to you. Khalid, no, it's not restricted by country. We've actually gotten this approved now by all the regulatory agencies, and so we have it on all the platforms everywhere. Because remember, this is not investment advice. This is a research tool, and this tool is scanning the markets and giving you information about how the assets are acting and reacting. This is not robotic trading. It's not signals. It is simply monitoring these trends in the marketplace and giving you the information on how these trends are responding at the moment. Your decision in which to use this data to trade, whether you're incorporating it into your own trading system, you're using this strictly to trade from, or you're doing whatever you want to do, is your decision. Okay. So guys, on that note, I think I've covered all your questions. Yes, Khalid, that's a very good way to look at it. It's a learning tool. It's just, look, I'm an old chartist. I do charts and I draw lines and charts, and it takes me so long that I miss trades in the marketplace. And a lot of people don't want to sit down and draw lines and charts. All this is doing is feeding you information so that you are more alert than the next guy in the marketplace. Okay. Okay. So on that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight to you. Like I said, go watch the videos. Here and click on and watch the videos. Come up here to the help section and go through the help section. Spend a little bit of time to watching this and understanding it, okay? And then you will have a better understanding of how to use this tool appropriately, because it's a great help. I mean, it's a very, very good trading information to use. And there's no charge to you. Now, remember, we've turned it on as a gift to everybody over the holiday season. Okay. After the holiday season on January 5th, it'll be turned off on your platforms. You will have to contact your account manager who has the controls to turn it on for you. We don't sell it. It's a huge strain on all the data having this turned on to everybody and people. So we will turn it off, and then it'll be turned on individually. So make sure after January the 5th, you'll see it come off the morning of January 5th. Please contact your account manager or customer support and ask them to turn it back on for you. Like I said, there's not a charge for this. It's just a matter of we need to limit the data because it's such a strain on the servers. So contact your account managers and they'll work it out with you to get it turned on. What is it? It's the trend forecasting tool by ITA and Autochartist. And like I said, Autochartist you can learn more about if you go up here to the help menu. Hold on, let me just turn off my marker here. Go up here to the help menu. Okay. You can, it's powered by Autochartist. You can go to the Autochartist and do some research in the internet. Autochartist publishes huge manuals, books, ebooks, and they also have all the videos. And these are the videos. Watch these videos. They'll explain it all to you. They're going to do a better job explaining this to you than I have tonight. So go watch these videos. Okay. Yes, for those of you who asked, this class is being recorded. It will be a few days before it's edited and available, but it is being recorded and it will be available on our site. Okay. So thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. And hopefully I will see you after the first of the year. But enjoy the tool, practice with it, use it, understand it, and use it, and it should enhance your trading. So thank you very much and have a wonderful holiday season. Bye now.